Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Williams now throwing on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Horton. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Second and 8 coming from the 19. And with a play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down and 8.
Go ahead. Go. Go ahead.
Here's Jackson to throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Jackson going to shift him around. And to find the open man, that's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. The Ravens at 11-1 now on the year. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They'll run on first down. It's Steele. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. This defense for the Chiefs, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On second down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's a toss right side to Mitchell. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because, guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They go play action here on 1st down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10. And now an audible here into something else. Now an option play on 2nd down. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Hey, middle.
He gets it complete to Harris. Touchdown! A great effort there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. At their own 45-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the... You and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Hey, 43, 15.
Mahomes now on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Let's go. 60 bison.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Throwing on first down, Williams. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Jackson going to change things up a bit. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Middle. Danny! Right shot! No, we changed it.
Jackson now. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, here's Mitchell. Down to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. A toss left side for Mitchell. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Williams. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
At the 8-yard line.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Once more with Mitchell. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ellis taken down at the 47-yard line. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Left side caught by Matthews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field is halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Flushed out right. And Matthews has it right side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they need. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And they'll begin by running the option. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Hey, hey.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson eluding the pressure right toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Up the middle they go. Ellis. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now they'll shift things around. It's brought in by Harris. Now the ball comes loose, and the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Hey, Ozzy, check out. You at X.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 3. Now a give, right side. It's Ellis. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Two yards still to go. Third down now. Now Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 25 yards that time.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Flush to his right. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now it's Mahomes again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And that will force a turnover on downs. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. A nice little juke. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. Sheds off the tackle. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Mitchell will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Let's get it. Let's go.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Griffith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now here's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And a quick throw here that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though...
Touchdown! A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. If you've been waiting all day for Sunday night, it's been worth the wait. All tied here in the 4th as the kick is away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Now Williams on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Leonard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Jackson. Oh, he's got it. Now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Now Lamar changing the look. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer.
Hey, report! Report! Hey!
Now Jackson. Well, he makes the catch off the tip by the safety. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
We change it. 13.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
43.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ellis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ellis. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He finds his target. It's Matthews. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. Boy, a dangerous throw there. Fortunate for him, but it wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Ellis. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes will throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Mahomes. And Matthews over the middle with a grab.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult.
Yellow, yellow.
Mahomes. And he will not get into the end zone. The defense makes the stop of the game on the 2-point try, and they might just get out of here with a win after all. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a play in the catch.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, Howard should just about put a capper on this game. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And the fair catch taken. No time will come off the clock. And they will begin this critical drive at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw it. Dancing to his left. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into